Okay, it's recording now.
Hi guys! As November is Men's Health Awareness Month, we're here today to talk to you about testicular cancer and how it affects young men aged between 15 to 21 like yourselves. NHS 2021. If you fancy going home and growing a tash, this will help spread awareness and pass on our message to your dad, brother, uncle or friend, and this will help men live happier, healthier, longer lives. November 2021. We do need to let you know before we begin there may be some videos, images and hard-hitting facts that may shock you, but it's only because we care and we want to spread awareness. So let's introduce the team.
Hello, my name is Kellyanne, W91444799.
Hello, my name is Chrissy, A00301119.
Hi, I'm Lucy and my number's A0052762.
Hello, my name is Saif. My number is A0100652.
Hi, my name is Holly and my number is A0015903. So, what do you think testicular cancer is? Testicular cancer is when abnormal cells in a testicle start to grow and divide in an uncontrollable way. Cancer Research 2021. The testicles are part of the male reproductive system and they have two main functions, which are to make male hormones such as testosterone and also make sperm. Most testicular cancer develops in the cells that make sperm, and these are called germ cells. The two main types of cancer that start in the germ cells are called seminoma and non-seminoma. Non-seminomas tend to grow rapidly and spread outside the testicle, whereas seminomas do not usually spread, but it can spread to the lymph nodes. NHS 2021. Testicular cancer is, if you're worried about testicular cancer, the first port of call would be to your primary care team or GP. Depending on your symptoms, your GP will most likely do a general examination looking for any areas that are swollen or do not feel normal. The GP will then request blood tests to detect certain hormones called markers. Alongside this, an ultrasound of the testicles will be requested, which is a painless procedure where a specialist will be able to determine the position or size of any abnormality in the testicle. NHS 2021. Over to Chrissy.
Daniel Barden is an upcoming professional goalkeeper on loan from Livingston United. Earlier this month, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer. He is currently being monitored and receiving treatment at the Royal Marsden Hospital in London, while being supported by family, friends and the football community. Livingston United 2021. Over to Kellyanne.
Matthew Goff was just 19 when he lost his life to testicular cancer. He had ignored the signs for around 6 to 7 weeks before seeing a doctor and being diagnosed. Matthew stated he was angry that he hadn't been taught how to check for the signs and he was ill, and that this had never been spoke about or promoted whilst he was at school. If he had had this essential knowledge, it would have saved his life. Following his death, his mother Wendy set up the Wendy Goff Cancer Awareness Foundation, who specialise in giving talks around the country and providing educational materials to raise awareness about cancer. They also provide support for families and their loved ones who have been diagnosed with cancer. Wendy Goff Cancer Awareness Foundation 2021. Over to Chrissy.
The causes of testicular cancer are still very much unknown. However, scientists have identified several key factors that may increase a man's chances of developing testicular cancer. Some of the symptoms and causes are undescended testicles are common in childhood conditions where a boy's testicles are not in their usual place in the scrotum. 1 in every 25 boys are born with the condition. In most cases, the testicles would normally descend around about 3 to 6 months naturally. 1 in 100 boys' testicles stay undescended unless treated. NHS 2018. But not forgetting, family history can play a part. If you have a close family member like a brother, father, grandfather that has had previous undescended testicles or testicular cancer previously, this can increase the risk up to 4 times. A small number of people who have previously tackled testicular cancer with can then go on and develop cancer in the other testicle. Macmillan 2021. A couple of other symptoms that you may not have heard of are carcinoma in situ. This is a collection of abnormal cells within the skin. This is typically classed as the first stages of testicular cancer. Cancer Research 2018. A generic condition also called Klinefelter syndrome. A baby is born with an extra copy of X chromosome. This can affect the growth of the testicles. The testicles grow at a different rate, leaving them abnormal size and shape. This impacts lowering the testosterone. Klinefelter syndrome, symptoms and causes 2021. Also, there are other conditions like HIV and AIDS that have been linked to increased risk of developing testicular cancer. Research has found that testicular cancer is more common in white males than in African American or Asian men. So let's talk about symptoms. Look out for and include painless lumps or swelling in one or both of the testicles, a change in shape or size, an ache in the lower abdomen or groin, a fluid buildup in the scrotum, a general feeling of being unwell, and a feeling of discomfort in the testicles and scrotum. Testicular Cancer, Cancer Research 2021. Over to Kellyanne.
So for treatment for testicular cancer, it'll commence following your diagnosis from your appointment specialist and depend upon the type and stage of cancer you have. Whether you have a seminoma or a non-seminoma, you will have your affected testicle or testicles removed, which is called an orchidectomy. Reconstructive surgery is possible during this procedure, where a testicular implant can be placed into your scrotum to give the original look of the area before surgery. So please don't worry, you'll still be able to look fabulous in your skinny jeans. With seminomas, you will have your affected testicle removed, and then you're generally offered a single dose of chemotherapy. This is where you're given medication which helps destroy any cancer cells and helps the cancer not return after your surgery. This does have side effects such as sickness, your immune system may be reduced, and you may have hair loss. Following this, a course of radiotherapy may also be necessary. This is where a machine in hospital focuses high energy rays onto your cancer affected area to destroy any remaining cancer cells. This unfortunately also has side effects such as tiredness, sickness, and sometimes temporarily causing sperm damage. Following this, you will be monitored by surveillance from your consultant for several years. However, there is a very slim chance of the cancer returning. For non-seminoma, your affected testicle will also be removed and be followed by chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and surveillance again for several years. Additional blood tests can be taken to assess if the cancer has returned. With this type of cancer, you may also need further surgery after your treatment. This is to remove the retroperitoneal lymph nodes which are located in your abdomen if they have been found to have been enlarged and contain cancer cells after your initial treatment. Testicular cancer can return, which is called a recurrence. However, it can usually be still cured even if the cancer is spread to other parts of the body. You will require further high-dose chemotherapy with stem cell support. Macmillan Cancer Support 2021. Prior to your surgery, sperm banking, which is where a man's sperm can be stored for it to be used in later fertility treatments, will be offered. If you have only one testicle removed, you should be also able to carry on and father children with no worries. Even if a patient didn't plan for a family in the future, it would still be advised to consider sperm banking, as people's plans and relationships can always change in years to come. If both testicles were removed, to maintain your sex drive and help you get an erection, testosterone replacement therapy would be necessary. This can be done by having an injection every 2 to 3 weeks. Skin patches can also be offered. They give a small dose through your skin, or you can receive a gel which you rub into the skin daily. So following your treatments, you will be advised to make positive, healthy lifestyle changes such as giving up smoking, alcohol, consuming nutrient-rich foods and exercise and more. But most importantly, especially following a cancer diagnosis, your mental health is massively important and needs to be cared for and monitored, as just the thought of tackling cancer is a lot to come to terms with. Talking to someone, whether it be your nurse, doctor, family member or even a close friend, can help ease the worries and burdens you may feel, and there are many outside agencies and support groups who are there to help you, whether it be looking on their web pages or calling their helplines. Cancer Research 2021. Over to Safe.
Now let's move on to statistics. From a global perspective, testicular cancer isn't very common. Out of all male tumours, it only makes up to 1%. However, testicular cancer for you guys is a whole different story. It is the most common cancer in males aged 15 to 39. Fortunately though, if treatment is given at the right time, individuals have a 95% survival rate. More than 70,000 men are diagnosed with testicular cancer each year around the world. At least 7,600 men die from testicular cancer each year, and 575,000 men are currently living with and beyond the diagnosis of testicular cancer. Nuts and bolts 2020. As previously stated, testicular cancer is the most common cancer in young men. There are marked differences in testicular cancer incidence around the world. Higher rates of testicular cancer are found in countries such as the United States, New Zealand, Northern Europe and Australia, whereas places like Asia, Africa and the Middle East have lower rates. Huey et al. 2003. The incidence rate of testicular cancer has been increasing in the US and many other countries for several decades. The increase is mostly in seminomas. Experts have not been able to find reasons for this. Lately, the rate of increase has slowed due to advanced treatment and faster awareness. Cancer.net 2021. The average age of diagnosis is 33. However, the disease can occur at any age. Testicular cancer is very rare before puberty and becomes more common afterwards. Approximately 6% of cases are diagnosed in children, and an estimated of 8% of cases are diagnosed in men 56 or older. It is estimated that about 440 deaths from this disease will and or have already occurred this year in the US. These deaths are either from the cancer that spread from the testicles to other parts of the body and could not be effectively treated with chemotherapy, radiation therapy and or surgery, or from complications from treatment. American Cancer Society. Now moving on to the UK for us guys. Approximately 2,400 individuals living amongst us are diagnosed with testicular cancer in the UK annually, meaning more than 6 cases are found every day. 1,980 of these cases were found in England alone, whereas only 213 cases were found in Scotland, Office for National Statistics. In males as a whole, testicular cancer is the 17th most common cancer. Studies taken between 2015 and 2017 found that the incident rate for this illness are highest in males aged 30 to 34. Incident rates have increased more than a quarter, that's 27% in the UK since the early 1990s. Between 2014 and 2035, incident rates are projected to rise by 12% for testicular cancer, resulting in 10 cases per 100,000 males by 2035. There is evidence for an association between testicular cancer mortality and deprivation in England. Mortality rates are higher by 82% for males living in the most deprived areas compared with the least deprived. Mortality rates. There are around 60 testicular cancer deaths in the UK every year. That's around 1 every week. Imagine spreading your knowledge and information that you collect today to bring that number to maybe even 1 every 2 weeks. It costs us nothing to save lives. Testicular cancer accounts for less than 1% of all cancer deaths in males in the UK. Since the early 1970s, testicular cancer mortality rates have decreased by more than 4/5 in males in the UK. Mortality rates for testicular cancer are projected to fall by 35% in the UK between 2014 and 2035, to fewer than 1 death per 100,000 males by 2035. Testicular cancer deaths in England are more common in males living in the most deprived areas, as stated earlier. Survival rates. 96.5% of men diagnosed with testicular cancer in England survive their disease for 1 year or more, whereas 95.3% of men diagnosed with testicular cancer in England survive their disease for 5 years or more. It's predicted that around 9 in 10 of men diagnosed with testicular cancer in England survive their disease for 10 years or more. Almost all men in England diagnosed with testicular cancer, aged 15 to 49, survive their disease for 5 years or more, compared with more than 2/3 of men diagnosed aged 80 and over. Now moving over to Nad and Tad. Nad and Tad will explain how to check yourself once a month.
Take a hot shower to relax your scrotum. You gotta be able to easily hold them. Your testicles, that is. Now check each testy once a month to be wise. A hardness, a bumps, a changes in size. Roll them between your forefingers and thumbs. Feeling for lumps as small as a crumb. If your boss feel odd, call your doc right away. 'Cause you wanna make sure your testes are okay.
Now moving over to Kellyanne.
So I'm hoping everyone is obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race UK like we all are. So we're overjoyed with the winner of Season 1 RuPaul's Drag Race UK and all-round fabulous drag queen, the Vivienne, as she's collaborated with the KP Nuts and the charity Movember for this year's Movember campaign. This is to help to raise awareness of how important it is for every man to do a testicular self-examination check daily. using the Vivian's great sense of humour and hopefully helping to ease any stigma around checking your own private parts. This advert will help save lives and show the importance of early detection, which in turn improves survival rate. The most important message, which she will now show, is that if you have testicles, whether loose or tucked, please check them, my loves. kpsnacks.com 2021.
Get them nuts away from my face. Oh, hello, loves. My squirrel friends at KP have asked me to help you check your nuts this Movember. A warm shower is the best place to give your nuts a feel. So, off you pop, lads. Checking your nuts is as simple as taking one testicle, rubbing it between thumb and fingers, and repeating with the other. If anything doesn't feel right, or you notice any changes, go see a doctor. So whoever you are, if you've got them, you need to check them. Right, I'm off to free my nuts now, because they've been tucked in for days. Tra! Get them nuts.
Over to Lucy.
If there are any of you sat here thinking you may have any symptoms and feel alone, or if you know anyone who may be struggling to open up about testicular cancer or any male cancer, please don't worry, as there are different charities to help young males like yourself more aware of the importance of checking your testicles for the signs. One charity is Movember. This charity began in 2003 and involves growing moustaches to raise awareness of men's health issues. They use the slogan "Nuts and Bolts" to make men aware that they should not be anxious or embarrassed to reach out for support. Nuts and Bolts was built from different people such as testicular cancer survivors, doctors and experts in testicular cancer. The purpose of this was to support men in the best way, whether this was having a laugh or having a more serious conversation. Nuts and Bolts 2021. Movember shows the different numbers you can call to reach out for help on their website. Movember suggests NHS 111 if you are looking for help but not necessarily in danger. It also suggests a Samaritans free call, which is available 24/7, so that support is always there whenever you require it. Samaritans is a charity aimed to prevent people feeling isolated and alone that could result in suicide. Our organisation 2021. Movember also offers free and confidential support where men can match with a helpline wherever they are around the world and speak to a counsellor, peer or volunteer who will provide immediate support and information. The aim of these helplines is to help you remain calm and safe no matter how big or small your problem may be, as well as listening to your thoughts and feelings. Movember 2021. Another charity out there is Cancer Research, which you can also access for help. Cancer Research uses the motto "Together we will beat cancer" to support men and others in different ways when suffering from cancer. This charity funds doctors, nurses and scientists to look into research to help fight cancer. Their aim is to find a cure for all cancers so that no one has to suffer the pain of this anymore. This charity states that it is not always easy speaking up to friends and family about your cancer, as it can cause different emotions to occur. Therefore, Cancer Research offers alternative supportive options, such as seeing a counsellor for those who need help, but find it hard to speak up to others. You can call Cancer Research nurses for help on free phone from 9 AM to 5 PM Monday to Friday for any help. They also have a cancer chat discussion forum where anyone suffering with cancer can speak up to each other online and share their experiences with each other so that you do not feel alone and can support each other. Different books about cancer symptoms and side effects are also offered to anyone on the Cancer Research website for extra support. Cancer Research 2021. Finally, Orchard is another fantastic charity as well as the other two, which also aims to fight male cancer. This charity explains the risk factors, effects, signs and symptoms of testicular cancer for men to read up on for online support. Orchard has over 20 years' experience of medical research on male cancer and aims to encourage more research to be put into the diagnosis, prevention and treatment of all male cancers. Orchard has a national male cancer helpline number for men to call when they need to talk to someone about their cancer. Their helpline operates between 9:30 AM to 5:30 PM. Any calls made to this helpline are free from landlines and mobiles within the UK. For those who don't want to speak over the phone, Orchard also have the option for you to email them for any problems you may have. Orchard 2021. Over to Holly.
So our message for you to take home is not to be shy, boys, and check your nuts. NHS Manchester 2021. If you have any questions, we'll all be staying behind for a few minutes. Thank you for listening.